Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be doing another Mandela Effects video. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry if you hear kind of some background noises. The clock is ticking and I can't figure out how to make it stop, but yeah, so let's get started. So the first Mandela effect we're going to be talking about today is one that revolves around the show That's So Raven.
Yep, that's me.
Um, I was kind of like at the tail end of this show when I was younger, but I do remember like the theme song. I loved the theme song. That was so fun. It was one of the best theme songs on the Disney Channel at that time. And I always remember at the end Raven bumping the words with her hips and crossing her arms, but she doesn't do any of that, which is just like, I swear to God she did this, but apparently she never did. She pushes the words with her hands and then she puts her hands on her hips and says, yeah, that's me. But I could have sworn, like, and it's like an actual thing too that a lot of people like on Reddit were talking about, where they could have sworn that she crossed her arms and like bumped the words with her hips. It was all, sassy like Raven, but apparently that's never how it was. So the next one is also going along the lines of Raven, but was a spin-off of her show, which was Cory in the House. And basically, people are kind of freaking out right now because some people thought that Cory was spelled with an E, but it was actually always just Cory. But like a lot of people thought that it was Corey, which I don't really know. I remember like they both kind of look right to me, so what do you remember? The next one has to do with James Charles, and it's his intros. This one, I can't really say what I remember just because, like, I don't watch James Charles that, like, often to be able to know what he, like, says, but a lot of people thought that he always said, "Hey sisters," in the beginning of his videos, but in fact it's always been "Hi sisters," so I don't know. What do you guys think? So this next one was kind of like the big one for me in this video, which was the song According to You. So this was a very popular song in the 2000s, and I still listen to this song all the time, and I have it on my phone, and I swear to God, I always thought that it was by Kelly Clarkson. Like, it just sounds like Kelly Clarkson, but it's apparently by some chick named Orianthi. Never heard of her, but she's good apparently because she has that song. But a lot of people always thought that it was Kelly Clarkson, which, like, me too. I always thought that was a Kelly Clarkson song, but apparently it's never been a Kelly Clarkson song. So this next one really confuses me, that I can't really say for this one either what I remember, just because like I never really paid attention to it, and geography is like really not my thing, but apparently there's like islands missing on the globe now, that people, like, they were there before and now they aren't. And I can't remember what the name of the movie was, but there's a movie that shows an island on a globe that's right next to Australia, but now if you look at a globe, it's not there, which is like, that is really weird. So I don't know, like, I feel like that one's just like so weird, and like that's not the only island that's like gone missing. There's a few of them, or like they're out of place, like different from where people remember them to be, which is really crazy. And a lot of people think that this island was New Zealand, and that like New Zealand like switched places, which is like, I don't know how that could happen. Like, I feel like it's like a really big change. Like, if that is a Mandela effect, that's like a really big one. Like, that's a huge, like, islands are moving. And I'm pretty sure New Zealand is a country, but I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong. Geography is not my thing, like I said. But then if that's true, that would mean like an entire country moved. This next one comes from a TV show called Degrassi. Personally, I never watched it, like I just could not get into it, but my sister was and still is a huge Degrassi fan, and even though I didn't watch it, I still like knew the names of the people because she just loved that show and she would talk about it like all the time. And her favorite couple in the show was Eli and Claire. So I knew their names and I know like what they look like and all that stuff and like their storyline, but this one has to do with Eli, and this is what is his last name. So everybody thought that his last name was Goldsworth, but apparently it's always been Goldsworthy, which like, I don't know. That one doesn't really shake me that much because I never really watched the show. I just always heard about it from my sister. But like that is a little bit weird. Like if people really like did think his name was Goldsworth, like diehard fans, and sound Goldsworthy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my sister what she thought about that one because she would know more than I did. This next one has to do with The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, which was like my all-time favorite Disney show, and then when it went to On Deck I was just like so happy. I loved that show. I loved the Sprouse twins, and yeah, I was just so obsessed, and I was so obsessed with the theme song in it. Like I always thought it was just so fun, and I like, it sounds so weird but like I'm not lying, like I would pay attention to the names just because I liked being able to like know who was like actually who. Like I liked being able to know that Ashley Tisdale played Maddie and then she also played Sharpay, which was just like really fun for me. And one of them is Phil Lewis, who played Mr. Mosby. I always remember his name being spelled Phil, like Phill, which is the normal way to spell Phil, but nah. Apparently it's always been with only one L, like Phil, and then Lewis, which is just like, that just does not, that's so gross to me. Like no. His name definitely had two L's. Like I do not like that. Again, another childhood show, which was Dragon Tales. I was obsessed with this show. Like I'm pretty sure I watched it like every day. Like I loved it. I still like this show. Sometimes I'll watch it whenever I'm babysitting or something and it's on. I'll put it on for the kids and I'll sit there and watch it too. Basically this guy's name, I always thought his name was Org, which a lot of other people did too, like O-R-G. Apparently it's always been Ord with a D at the end. Like I don't like when people's names change, like Jessie versus Chessie in The Parent Trap. I do not like this. Like it freaks me out. Like I feel like the name changing ones are like some of the most popular ones, like with Berenstain, like just like when the names change, it just like does not sit well. The next one I think is something that most people, Americans can like relate to, which was Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, you learn a lot about him, especially in high school, like when you're taking civics and economics or American history and you're learning about propaganda, because for those of you who don't know, Uncle Sam was one of the biggest propaganda posters back during the war in America, like propaganda posters in America. So during the World War, he was everywhere basically. And we learn a lot about Uncle Sam in history. And basically he is an American symbol and he's wearing a hat that is like the American flag. And the top of his hat has stripes, right? Like the red and white stripes that represent the 13 colonies. But no, he does not have stripes on his hat. Like that's just so crazy to me. Like I can see the stripes on his hat. I can't see a hat that does not have stripes. Like it's just so crazy to me. I can't, like that's one that I just cannot fathom. Like his hat had stripes. I can see it in my head. Like that's just so weird. This next one is from the oh so famous line of Houston, we have a problem. Apparently it's never been Houston, we have a problem. Apparently it's always been Houston, we've had a problem. In movies though, they always say Houston, we have a problem, yet like in the actual recording if you listen to it, it says
we've had a problem.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Which is like, why would they change it? Like, what's the point of changing it? Like, it doesn't do anything. That's just so weird. Like, I don't know if that's just like movies actually changing what was said, or just everybody remembering wrong. Like, maybe that was like one of the first Mandela effects from like back, you know? Like, that's just so weird. Alright everybody, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you have any more Mandela effects or what conspiracies or whatever, comment them down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!